今は達成感なんて全くない。よくわからない気だるい疲労感があるだけよ。真実の魔女は真実に耐える力がある。同志エンジェ、あんたにはどうやらその力があったなら死のうなどと思わないのですから。そうね、私は誰かが帰ってくるかもしれないという。私がベアトリーチェの猫箱に都合よく一なる真実の書を読ん。あんたはどうなるんでしょうね。さあ、契約に従いベルンカステルがちょんと私の首でも鎌で買ってくれるんじゃない？あるいはまたひき肉かしら。今度こそ塩と胡椒を練り込まれるわね。なるほど、だからひき肉なわけですね。何か言った？いいえ、何も。それよりおかわりはいかが？ノーサンキュー。
Angie listlessly gazed down from the balcony without no handrail, down to the darkness of the abyss at the bottom of the bookshelf ravine. No, the gap between the bookshelf skyscrapers. From the beginning until the end of my journey, I haven't taken a single step away from the spot. This journey of mine, not even a single step long, will end soon.
あの底を流れてる光の行列は何？ああ、大アウローラ教のパーティーの客人たちの行列でしょ。
Oh, really?
客人？
We have guests. I wonder who these guests could be.
元老院の大魔女たちや退屈から逃れる永遠の旅の途中の数百年の眠りより目覚めた偉大なる大魔女たちから今夜は大きなパーティーが催されるようですよ。お誕生パーティーでもするの？無限の魔女大ベアトリーチェ教は辺境の魔女なれど、その優れた魔法体系により無限の物語を生み出す無限機関、私からすれば爪の甘い間抜け魔女なのですが、どうやら大魔女の世界ではちょいと知られベアトリーチェの誕生会でもやるわけ？我が主はベアトリーチェの腹渡でもつ鍋パーティーだってそうじゃないですか。一なる真実が存在しないから。しかし今宵あんたの鍵によって一なる真実、そしてそれは猫箱が開かれること。まさにベアトリーチェを生きたまま腹を引き裂いてその中身をぶちまけるのと同じことっては。そのもつ鍋パーティーにあの高速道路の渋滞みたいな大行列がベアトリーチェの有名さを驚くべきか、あの連中のゲッサにヘドが出るのが先か。あんたにとって一なる真実の書でも六軒島ミステリーを感激する者たちにとってはこれは見過ごせないイベントですから。なるほど、あれはお兄ちゃんのゲーム版を食い破ってたヤギどもの行列というわけなのね。
Angie's analogy was an accurate one. The crowd far, far below them was made up of nobles wearing beautiful outfits and goat masks. They were also intent on tearing the guts out of Beatrice's cat box that they couldn't even hide the drool trickling from their mouths. Those gluttonous goat nobles who derived pleasure from the violence of exposing the truth were in a line of cars heading towards the meeting place.
猫箱もベアトリーチェもベアトたちはゲーム版の最後の食い残し、バトラとベアトが門番を務め第一陣を壊滅。我が主は籠城概念破壊の艦隊を与えられました。黄金鏡の城壁などもはや風前の灯火で、あの島に湧き出したヤギたちは島に惨劇を望む未来のそうです。あのヤギたちはネットの海からいくらでも第一陣など所詮はうぞ。第二陣は違います。無数のヤギたちの中から立てこもる全ての駒たち個人個人の否定。総兵力は10万。島に立てこもるほんの数十人を否定するために10万の否定。お兄ちゃんももうおしまいね。もう覚悟はされているのでしょう。後宮バトラは1986年に死んでいて あの彼は猫箱が生み出した幻想である。分かってるわ。
Regardless of whether he's my real brother or an illusion, regardless of whether he's who I like him to be or not, the battler who created this game board for my sake will die. No, I'm just going to accept the fact that he was already dead, so it's not like he's actually going to die. And she thought that to herself. Shouldn't performing her brother's last rites be her responsibility? This was her final trial, which she had assigned to herself. All those people down on the game board were the personification of Angie's naivety. By denying the existence of all of them, wouldn't she finally be able to accept the truth? No, that's not right. I'm not being honest, even with myself. That bizarre Halloween party may have been an illusion, but that didn't make it any less heartwarming. Honey-chan said it himself. True, that Halloween party may have been an illusion. However, he was trying to use that party to tell me something.
その第二陣は我が主よりお任せを。あなた自らに手を汚させるほど我が主は陰湿ではありません。
Yes, that might be kind of her. These are my lingering attachments we're talking about. I should be grateful to Burncastle. If she really were cruel, she'd probably have ordered me to take charge of the second wave and execute my own family.
どうしエンジ、あんたは真実の魔女。そうよ、多分。じゃあ12年を経てようやく本当に一なる真。私はここでベルンカステルが封印を解き終えるのを気長に待つ。おそらくはパーティーのゲストとして姿見はありますので、目やにでも取ってたらどうです？あんたこそ出陣前に無駄毛でも抜いてきなさいよ。
It floated there in the empty air, the door to the Golden Land. At its base there was nothing except some floor tiling about as thick as a rug, so it was fairly hard to imagine that this was Kinzo's study. By this point all the game board except the Golden Land had been eaten away, leaving only this door floating in a sea of nothingness. There were two shapes in front of that door. They were Battler and Beato. They may not have been literally covered with wounds, but they definitely seemed to be dead tired. Battler, leaning against the door, seemed to have finally caught its breath. Beato was also sitting against the door, letting her legs dangle gracelessly. Could the battle against that force really be called a battle? It was more like a mere pushing contest on the increasingly small bit of ground that remained. They wanted to protect at least Kinzo's study no matter what. And the only fruit of their desperate struggle was the thin bit of flooring that they were sitting on now. Those goats fell into the abyss whenever they had nowhere to stand. So now, with so much of the floor gone, there's no way for them to attack anymore. If Battler thought this, his naive hopes were quickly crushed.
ゾロリと鳥
増援を集め、今度こそ一度に押しつぶそうという魂胆であろう。
Stretching across the ocean horizon that surrounded the door at their backs was an encirclement of countless large sailing ships. As they could clearly see, the decks of those ships were packed with goats, with some of the more foolish and overeager ones spilling over the edges into the emptiness below.
すげえな。俺もお前のゲームで海賊船に包囲されるってのは初めての経験だ。
おそらく黄金鏡の境を打ち破る力を持つあの大砲もはったりではあるまい。あれでこの扉をぶち抜いて一挙になだれ込もうというに違いあるまい。
Along the sides of each ship were several open gun ports, each with a cannon pointing at the door. This many ships all around them fired all those at once. There was no point trying to imagine what would happen next. Battler and Beato grimaced and hung their heads.
あの大砲前に黄金鏡の境は
わからぬ。ただあれだけの数を揃えているのにまだ援軍を待つということは。
確かに降伏勧告もしないで攻撃の手を休める理由は それし
奴らが与えるこの時間が
劣勢な側にとって何かの奇跡を期待できるからな。
あるいはさらなる絶望を知ることにもなろうか。
At that moment, something small and hard hit Battler in the forehead.
いってなんだこりゃ。コンペイト？
私よ。分かったわよ。ベルンたちの居場所が。
Candy was Lambdadelta's transformed body. She was the only one of their allies capable of crossing the Sea of Fragments.
おお、さすがは大ラムダで。
ここじゃ奴らに姿を見中で話をしましょう。一筋縄じゃいかないことになってるわ。
分かった。誰かいるか？
When Battler knocked on the door, it opened, and Shannon and Canon came into view, because of course they did.
はい、お呼びですか？
すまぬが見張りを頼む。
お任せを。
奴らが攻撃を開始したらすぐに黄金鏡に逃げ込め。扉を閉めなくていい。
しかしそれでは。
奴らは扉なんか無視してここで仁王立ちしてたってもう何。
わかりました。
ここは僕たちに任せて中で対策を。
うん、しばらく頼むぞ。
Hell yeah. Alright, but I am going to end this one here for today. Like I said, this is going to be a shorter recording session. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, but I am still a bit sickly after a week straight of being sick. Also, you can tell from these timestamps that I haven't recorded in over 2 weeks, as I just have not been able to. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one here. Hopefully next time I'm, back to 100% and able to do this for a lot longer. But I feel like we're getting close to the big climax anyway. I don't know if we're close to the actual true ending of all this, but with, the actual end of the episode, tea parties, question mark events, the whole 9 yards, but we're definitely getting really close to that big climactic moment, whatever it may be, and I'm very excited for it. But with all that being said, I am going to end this one here. It's either going to be a jump cut or a new video, but regardless, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Umineko, When They Cry, Answer Arcs, Episode 8, Twilight of the Golden Witch. In the previous recording session, though it was a short one, they still managed to pack quite a lot into those 3 hours, alright? A lot went down. Because at the end of the recording session before that, we had wrapped up, Burncastle's little game. And then from that point to where we are now was only a matter of 3 hours, but goddamn, it feels like so much has happened. Just so much. So Burn and Featherine convince Angie that this game she's in is actually a battle between her and Battler, and Battler's trying to trick her and deceive her with this little story that's playing out. Angie is like, no, I don't want this. I want the truth, the cold, hard truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. So she then returns to the party that Battler has created. She confronts Battler. He tries to calm her down. It fails miserably. She ends up teaming up with Ava, Beatrice, and Etika. 2 of the most cold-hearted cunts in this game. And they summon an infinite sea of goats to tear up the game board. Fucking Battler gets locked in a fight with Etika. Angie gets locked in a fight with Beatrice. Battler and Beatrice lose their fights. Angie steals Ava's diary out of the chapel. She and Etika run away to the City of Books, I think it's what it's called, something like that. Whereas Battler, Beatrice, and the rest of the pieces on the game board retreat into the Golden Land. And then back in the City of Books, we find out that Etika is going to be commanding an army to go attack the Golden Land and tear down everything once and for all. And that's led us to where we are now, where Battler and Beatrice were standing guard at the door, And then they swapped with Shannon and Kanon so they can go inside, talk to everyone in there, and try to formulate a plan to survive the incoming onslaught. And all that went down just within a matter of 3 hours. That's insane. That is just so much. So yeah, like honestly, I'm really excited to jump into it now because it feels like we're heading towards like a really big climactic moment, right? But yeah, without further ado, let's jump back into it, shall we? Battler and Beto traded places with Shannon and Kanon and returned to the Golden Land. A gentle rain poured down over the Golden Land's rose garden. The weather here reflected the hearts of those inside it. Wet. The quietly falling raindrops spoke for the pain felt by those who could do nothing but hide here, waiting for the enemy's final assault. When they returned to the arbor, that piece of conpeto flew out of Battler's pocket. Oh yeah, Lambda's here. Right. Because they were essentially like begging Lambda to give them a chance. Because Lambda was like, I'm just going to be because Lambda was like, I'm just going to leave. I already know how this is all going to end. There's no point in me sticking around. And they're like, no. We need you. You're one of the Voyager witches. You can like travel and shit. We need you. So they begged her to stay, to continue being an observer. And they're going to try to convince her to help them in some capacity. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm excited.
久々よね、こんなスリル。まさか魔女にもなってこんなハラハラした目に遭うなんて夢にも思わなかったわ。
それで
Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns.
エンジやベールンカステルたちは一体どこに？
Barnes and Noble.
図書の都よ。
Close enough. Ooh, like the
聞いた
song.
ことがあります。海を渡る偉大なる魔女たちが集めたさまざまなかけらを書物に記し保管した地があると。
尊厳なる感激と戯曲と傍観の魔女により厳選されし名誉ある図書の都ですな。
Yeah, Barnes and Noble.
大アウローラ教は図書の都の主。なるほど。妥当な場所である。
I was like, the Great Lady of Aurora is the ruler of the City of Books, or as we know her in the human world, Hachijo is the manager of a Barnes and Noble. That'd be fucking hilarious.
しかしさすがはラム無数に想定された隠れ家からこんなにも早く居場所を突き止められるなんて。
それがね、簡単に分かっちゃったわ。分かるも何も向こうで大々的に宣伝をしているわ。無限の魔女大ベアトリーチェ教の猫箱の秘密大公開パーティーってね。
なるほどな。奴らがまだ攻めてこぬ理由は援軍待ちではなくパーティーの式次第。
そのパーティーとやらでエンジェの鍵を使って一なる真実の書を公開するということなのか。
そういうことね。アウローラは久しぶりのイベントなんで各界から賓客を集めて大パーティーを催してるわ。一なる真実の書はそのパーティーの最後の目玉になるでしょうね。
エンジェと鍵を取り戻すチャンスはまだあるってことか。
時間的猶予という意味ではね。ただとてもシンプルかつ当然な問題が。
なんだ？
図書の都は元老院の管理下にある聖域よ。神聖な結界が張られている。
Man, if you know, if only there was someone who could get us through that barrier. I don't know, maybe like some kind of Voyager witch who could possibly, you know, pull some strings to like get us in there somehow. You know, that'd be pretty cool if that were a thing. Like, I don't know.
元老院
Y'all
の
know
魔女
anyone
以外
like
は
that?
踏み入ることさえできない。
パーティーの招待客には元老院に席を持たぬ者もいるので。
ええ、いるわ。そういう連中には特別に聖域に踏み入
I
ることを許
see.
可する。
We kill
招待状
someone
が
and
与えら
take
れ
their
るんだ。
invitation. I mean, incapacitate someone and take their invitation.
招待状。
これは面白くなってきましたな。
と私も思ったわよ。ところがこの招待状 遅刻厳禁でパーティー開始時刻までに入場受付をしてないと。そしてお気の毒なことについさっきパーティーが始まっちゃったわ。
Damn, okay.
つまり遅刻した来客の誰かから招待状を奪うという手はもう手
Yeah,
遅れ。
steal an invitation from someone running late. Definitely not, you know, incapacitating them and taking it for ourselves.
そういうことで、どうすんのこれから。
That is a great question.
誰かポップコーンもらえる？今度キャンディーフレーバーがいいわ。
門外漢で恐縮だが、もはやお手上げに思えるね。
私たちはもう
No,
お
don't
し
give
まい
up
なの
hope,
ですね。
Queen. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And honestly, I don't think there's really any fat ladies in the story, so you got nothing to worry about.
ここで座ったまま奴らが襲ってくるまで待ってるしかないの。何かできることがあるはずだわ。
そうね、私たちにできることは一つだけある。
それは
1分1秒でも悪あがきして奇跡を待つことや。
True.
奇跡。
つまりこいつはアラモの砦ってわけさ。
Quite the comparison, but alright.
私たちに幸福はない。
Damn straight.
できるのは1分1秒でも持ちこたえて奇跡。
ウリュウ、奇跡って何？
The miraculous kind, Sakutara. I don't know, what kind of other miracles are they?
エンジェが何かの理由で気がここへ戻ってくる可能性が何百万分の1の確率であるかもしれない。
Yeah, it almost feels like that's what Erika was trying to do when they were when they were having a conversation in Book City. You know, when it feels like Erika was trying to convince Angie that she's not actually, you know, seeking the truth. Like, she kept saying, like, no, see, Erika was all, like, look at me, I go after the truth, I do anything and everything, and I mean anything and everything, for the sake of getting to the one solid truth, alright? And, you know, it kind of makes Angie question, like, am I willing to, like, stoop to Erika's level? Am I willing to go that far? Am I truly that, you know, determined for the truth? And it almost feels like that's what Erika was trying to do, trying to, like, plant that seed of doubt in Angie's mind.
そのような極小の確率の末ならば、それは確か。私たちはエンジェさんの帰りを待つためにここにいるんです。
ええ、エンジェさんの帰る場所は私たちのいるここだけなんです。だから私たちは最後の1秒までここを守って彼女の
留守をお預かりすることこそ使用人の役目。こうとなればこの号だ。もう覚悟は決まっております。
I'm sure, buddy. I'm sure.
バトラ様、我ら一同
Hell yeah.
すでに覚悟は決まっております。
シエスタ姉妹この得体一同盟約に基づき最後まで大ベアトリーチェ教とご一緒するであります。
45、問題ありません。最後まで戦います。ようやく似合いの死に場所を見つけたに。410、問題ないに。
煉獄の7姉妹最後までベアトリーチェ様とバトラ様のおそばに。
The 6 younger sisters also showed their resolve with their eyes.
ア
Yeah!
ーゼルネイ・ユングフラウ、最後までお供します。
Goddamn straight you will.
あ
Yeah!
と SSVD もいいぜ。
Oh
付き
boy.
合ってやな。
そしてあなたもどうか私たちに力を。
私？だーよ。
Yeah, no way! I'm an
偵
observer!
察してきてあげたじゃない。それで私は十分協力をしてあげたつもりだけど。
あなたはエンジェちゃんが図書の都の中にいるのをどうやって
もちろんこの目でよ。私、自分の目で見たものしか信用しないたちなの。
ということはあなたは聖域である図書の都に入る資格を持っているということですね。
そうと大ラムダデルタ教は元老院の大魔女であらせられるぞ。
ラムダデルタ。
何よあんたたち。まさか 私にもう一働きしろって言ってんじゃないわよね。
これは思わぬ出番だ
Oh yeah,
ね。
I forgot those guys were here.
図書の都に入ることができるのはラムダデルタ教ただ一人。
ということはこれはまさにラムダデルタ教のための見せ場ということじゃない。
バカ言ってんじゃないわよ。あなた正気、私がたった一人であそこへもう一度侵入してエンジェを連れ戻してこいっての。
The several dozen people surrounding Lambdadelta all nodded in unison.
バカも休み休みお言いなさいよね。エンジを助け出すってことは大アウローラのパーティーをぶっ壊せってことよ。私に世界を敵に回せってこと。私に見返りはないわ。あるわけない。あんたたちに用意できるどんな見返りだって大アウローラとその愉快な友人の化け物たちを敵に回すことと割が合うわけなんて。
大アウローラと大ベルンカステルの目論みを台無しにしエンジェちゃんを連れ戻しみんなで和解するというハッピーエンドが見られます。
どうであるかラムダデルタ教、これほどのスリル、それほどの大事を成し遂げればそなたも病を1000年は忘れることができるのではないか。
頼むラムダデルタ。
Okay, Battler, don't ruin the moment. Come on, man. Like Leon and Beatrice are being all sly about it. Like, oh yeah, we get this happy ending. You know, you're the observer, right? You wanted to see this happy ending that they said was impossible, right? Come on, don't you want to see that? And the Battler comes in. We're fucking begging you, please. It's like, Battler, please, my guy. All right, let the Beatos do their work here. Please, we're begging you. Help us save Angie. Everyone surrounded Lambdadelta asking her for help.
どうか頼む。ラムダそなたしかおらぬのだ。
力を貸してくれ。俺がお前に最高の物語を見せてやる。そいつを最前列で見せてやるから。だから力を貸してくれ。
うるさい。黙れっつってんです。
Ooh.